am Sam, CEO of WhiteFiber. I'm joined here by Scott, who's the general manager, and Billy, who's the president of WhiteFiber and is leading the charge in retrofitting a 1 million square foot former textile factory into a tier 3 data center for our partner. Similar to what we've done in Canada in Montreal, where we built a facility for another client, Cerebras, we do things on time and within budget. And this year is the year of execution. I thought it might be a good idea to show the update and the development of this facility with Billy, who will be leading the charge on that. And perhaps you can talk today about what's happened, what you've done so far, and where we're going with all this.
So a lot of changes since you were here last.
Last time we were here, this place was absolutely empty.
Basically an empty warehouse, yeah. So since then, we've doing a lot of the pre-engineering and the civil construction work that needs to get done to get this facility up and running. So we'll walk you through everything that's been put together, pre-assembled, as we're waiting for most of our equipment to show up.
So Billy, when did we get this site?
We purchased the property in May of 25. Construction started, there's some very light construction started in December, but the real work started in January of 26.
And we're in March already, it's 3 months in. It's already well in progress. When do we see this site up and running?
Our RFS date for our client right now is middle of May. So it's less than 6 months. You know, a lot of pre-planning and work to get all this done, but the actual boots on the ground is about 6 months, yeah. Everything that we've put together at Montreal 1 and at Montreal 3, all the lessons learned, the cookie cutter approach, just on a much larger scale here in North Carolina.
So this cookie cutter approach that you talk about, it's a specific formula that you have adopted, that you were able to refine over the past many years doing these retrofit models?
Exactly, and that's how we do them faster, right? Lessons learned, designs that we've adopted back in Montreal, smaller pods. So if you're thinking of them at a pod level,
yeah,
just multiplying that pod 8 or 9 times here in North Carolina.
So your methodology, you and your team have basically been able to refine a concept that you could basically scale 10x, which is what you're doing right now with no issues.
That's right.
So Billy, how many construction workers do you have on site these days?
Right now we've got about 330 people on site.
330?
330. We're going to be ramping up at full production. It'll be about 430 maybe at full production. So here we're under the chilled water. So all this steel structure is to support the chilled water pipes and the electrical cable tray. So this is the main chilled water loop, and you've got the cabinets that are going to be connected to these pipes coming down from the ceiling. All the direct-to-chip cooling comes from these pipes. So each cabinet will have 2 connections to these pipes, and that's what gets the direct-to-chip cooling done.
And you basically were able to build this within like a month.
Yeah, so all the progress you see so far is about 30 days.
30 days.
And then we got another 90 days that way.
Keep going.
Keep going. So this will just be rows of cabinets all along down these, in between the steel structure.
How many kilometers of like wiring and so on?
Oh, not sure yet, but at Montreal 3, for example, we've got about 22 kilometers of electrical wiring that was put in place there.
And that's much smaller than this.
That's about 8 or 9 times smaller than this. So we're looking at about 160, 180 kilometers of just electrical wire. We'll see some of that when we go outside in the exterior yard.
Wow, that's great.
So over here we have our electrical and mechanical galleries. This is where the battery systems, the pumps for the chilled water network are all going to go down this corridor that's going up over here.
The scale of it is insane. I can't even...
Yeah, you can't even see towards
I can't even see the other end of it. It doesn't really look real.
We've got multiple teams working in multiple sections to advance and get this done as quickly as possible.
There are a bunch of trucks inside the building, cement trucks inside the building. I guess, given the scale, I guess that's normal, but It's pretty extraordinary to see.
Yeah, and it's part of our retrofit model too, right? Like if this was a green field, all this would be happening way before we got into the picture, right? So this is how we do things a little bit quicker. It's one of the advantages that we have.
A little bit quicker. I think you're being humble.
No, I mean, there's a couple of things that
like
add
2
up.
times faster.
A couple of things add up to make it that much quicker. This is one of them, right? Like the flexibility and the ability to do this is one of the key components in our formula.
That's really great. Billy, I noticed during our walkthrough there was a whole bunch of steel structure that you're assembling and constructing. Very robust steel. What is the purpose of all that?
I mean, firstly, it's the size of the chilled water piping and the weight of the chilled water piping. All that's being supported by that steel structure. And then you got the electrical cable, kilometers and kilometers of electrical cable on top of these really high density cabinets really adds weight. So you need the steel support structure to hold all that up.
Where does all the steel come from?
Usually we try to source locally for projects, support the local contractors, local fabricators, but it really depends on the timing and the delivery dates that we have. On a normal project, we'll try and do that. On a project with a really compressed timeline, it's really about who can deliver quickest.
Billy, tell us what's happening here.
So this is where we're going to be placing our exterior generators, transformers, and dry coolers. The concrete slabs are where the generators are going to go. So all the diesel generator backup power is all going to be on the exterior of the facility.
How much does a generator weigh?
Generator weighs about 45,000 pounds.
So that's why you need the concrete slabs.
Yeah. And the soil here is very soft, a lot of rain sometimes, so you see these puddles here. So the generators need to be level, stable, a lot of vibrations.
Right.
All this, a little bit more digging than we had anticipated to get all this stuff placed here outside. But this is what week 2 looks like on about a 6-week schedule for all the exterior work.
That's amazing. There's an orchestra of things happening here. It's almost bewildering to keep track of all of it. I'm also noticing all tens and hundreds and even thousands of boxes here. It looks like this is inventory that's arrived. What is this?
All this is the equipment that's waiting to be installed once the structure is up and the rooms are up. So these are the battery systems. So here we have our prefab area. Usually stuff like this gets done off-site and gets delivered to the site when it's ready. Here we have so much space that we decided to give our trades the flexibility of being able to assemble and prefabricate all this on-site, which really cuts down in transportation time, production time, man hours as well.
But basically, the measuring, the cutting happens here. And then in the back, you see every booth on its own, the heavy welding. For safety reasons, obviously, the arcs are bad for your eyes. So we keep the guys in a little cone. They weld over there. Once it's done, QA/QC check, then back to site, installed. We're eliminating risk at every single possibility. This will give us our best fighting chance to basically eliminate any rework, any additional cost that has to do, the pipe is a bit too short, too long, so on and so forth. And of course, budget and timeline de-risk.
That's amazing.
So you see the sparks flying everywhere. We have 2 shifts. We're running 10 hours a day separately. So around the clock, the boys are putting their heart and soul. They really believe on what we're building here, and they're part of it.
I can see that. Billy, it's remarkable how far you and your team have come in such a short timeline. I mean, the design, the logistics, the planning, the scheduling of all this to happen within such a short timeline and within budget is truly impressive. I was here just a couple of months ago. It was a 1 million square foot textile factory, nothing close to a data center. And in just a couple of months, you've been able to transform it so quickly.
Yeah, thank you. We've got a lot of support from the state, from the local municipalities. Again, whatever we try to come into community, we always hire locally. 300 people on site today, all from about 30 miles from here, radius, right? So a lot of local support, not just for the people, the businesses around this area too. It's a huge undertaking, and this is just phase 1. We got phase 2, phase 3 of this project that we're looking forward to executing on as well.
And I believe in a month or two is the customer deployment timeline, which comes to an end where we'll be seeing a final product. So I look forward to seeing that when the time comes. But for now, just seeing how you've transformed this building, it's truly impressive.
Thank you. Really strong team internally, great partners to get us to this stage so far, and looking forward to having you back in a couple of months where this will be pretty much a final product ready for our client.